What is going on, guys? Hunter here with Sleepless Customs, and I've got the perfect opportunity to show y'all something that every one of you, including yes, you, are going to deal with at least once in your life. So, we've got two things we're going to talk about. So, if you've ever been driving down the road and all of a sudden you were at a half a tank of fuel, all right, and all of a sudden it goes to empty, or maybe you are at a half a tank and it jumps all the way up to full. Almost 90% of the time, that is because of a fuel sending unit failure. There are some times where it is the gauge itself, but like I said, especially dealing with this particular vehicle I'm working on, it is almost all always going to be a fuel sending unit issue. And this is a 2000 Chevy Silverado 1500 four-wheel drive that I'm working on. So if you're watching this and you're working on it on that same vehicle, awesome. It's going to help you out a lot. So here we have the fuel pump. I'll make this really simple for you guys. There's 8 bolts. If you ever have to pull the bed off to get to the fuel pump, it's really, really easy. You do not have to pull this off. There are 8 bolts. There's 4 running down the driver's side and 4 down the passenger side holding the bed to the frame. Real simple. 8 bolts comes right up. You got 2 connectors you have to pull off right here. You just look at it. Common sense will tell you which 2 to take off. And here we have the fuel tank, and your fuel pump's going to be sitting right there where the end of my finger is. All right, now off to the good stuff. So here we have the fuel sending unit. Now this whole thing is the fuel pump assembly. If this ever goes out, you do not just replace this one part. You do not do that. Please do not do that. That is a very not so good decision. Let's just say that. Also, you have just the pump in here. If that goes out, the fuel pump, do not just replace the actual pump itself. Go ahead and replace this whole assembly, especially because they had a recall on one of these connectors. So definitely do that. All right. So here's the fuel sending unit assembly. All this stuff right here. All right, here's your floating device. When you put fuel in it, this float goes up. As that float goes up, this sends a signal to your fuel gauge to slowly rise until it gets to however much fuel you put in it. All right, so here's why this one is not working and why probably all of yours aren't working. What happens is there's like a rubber bushing type thing inside of here that keeps this very sturdy. It lets you only go up and down. It doesn't let it rock side to side. Now, it is common for the actual float to be able to move side to side a little bit, but this little black piece should not. And if it does, then you need to get a new one. Because what's going on here, let's see if I can get it to focus for y'all. There's 2 little teeth right here at the tip of my finger. All right, and I don't know really what to call that, so we're going to call that the metal rim. So we got these 2 teeth, we got the metal rim here. This is what helps read where the fuel level is. So these little 2 teeth need to be making contact with this metal rim here. They need to actually be touching each other. Now, when you're putting fuel in here, it's going to kind of lift up on this float. As that happens, if your bushing is bad inside of here, it's going to come outward. See how I'm moving this in and out? All right, side to side, that shouldn't be happening. So now when we move it out to the side, it loses contact and doesn't let it be able to get good contact and be able to tell you a good reading. So in short, that's what's going on with it. It's not making contact right here. These 2 teeth aren't making contact with this little metal rim here. And I know my camera's having a hard time focusing, so I apologize about that. But anyway, so get this whole new assembly, wire in the new wires, because when you get a new fuel pump assembly in this vehicle, not every vehicle, just this one, and there are some others, but if it is supposed to come with wires, then they will put the wires and the connector in the same box as your new fuel pump assembly. If they didn't come with one, then you don't have to have one. All right, so this one right here comes with the black, purple, gray, and black and white. And you wire those in accordingly. You'll have to look up the wiring diagram for this particular vehicle, and it'll tell you how to. Actually, the instructions will come with all that. So let's look at the instructions. Anyway, once you get that in, you plug this connector in and that connector right there in. Yours may only have one plug. A lot of them only have this plug. Some don't have that one, so don't be discouraged and tripped up if you only have one connector. That's normal. I don't know why they made them like that. Some have them, some don't. So anyway, you plug those two connectors back in, put the new one in there, close the bed down. Good to go. You're rocking it. You're now a full-blown certified mechanic. That's what it said. It said you got both up. He thinks this. See, that's what I don't like about this guy. You see this guy? This is my friend. Sometimes, and he thinks just because he's a different race than I am. He thinks just because he's German, he's cooler than me. And that's bullshit. I don't like that. But anyway, that's a whole nother story for another day. Anyway, hope y'all enjoy, man. Y'all take it easy. We'll see y'all later. If you have any questions, comment in the comments below. I'll help you out. Please subscribe. We'll see y'all later.